Good morning, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from the YouTube channel. It's a 10-part series. The week that was college football history review, the 1972 college football season. This is week 9 from November 4th, 1972. Let's get into it. Army upset number 19 Air Force 17-14. West Point heroes abounded as cadets picked off 6 Air Force aerials. Halfback Bob Hines, who scored a game winner on a 49-yard run in fourth quarter rush, 202 yards. With not throwing interceptions, quarterback Rich Haney passed for 179 yards and pitched goal ahead 12-yard touchdown to wide receiver Bob Farr and Clouded took 14-10 lead in the third quarter. His repeated attempts along patterns, however, were largely unsuccessful, while Falcons' run game was just 119 yards. Wide receiver Greg Smith was Haney's favorite target, catching 6 passes for 109 yards with a 42-yard touchdown grab in the second quarter. The next quarterback Kingsley Fink played second fiddle to Hines, but he did complete 15 of 28 for 164 yards and no interceptions, and scored opening touchdown on 1-yard keeper. Houston beat Florida State 31-27. Houston ground game outlasted Seminoles, passing in a hostile environment, showing 31-14 in the fourth quarter. Florida State quarterback Gary Huff had crowds' hostility directed at him because he gave away 2 interceptions and fumble. But Huff shrugged off critics to lead rally that came up 6 points short. Quarterback D.C. Noble's paced Cooper's rushing game that churned up 345 yards. Houston's big run went 80 yards on a scoring run by wide receiver Marshall Johnson. Teams traded touchdowns most of the second half, with Houston fullback Puddin' Jones scoring a game winner from 1 yard out. Tennessee, the number 13 team in the country, beat Georgia 14-0. Redoubtable Volunteers quarterback Condredge Holloway flipped pair of the second quarter, scoring passes to fullback Bill Rudder and tight end Sonny Leach for all points the team would need. Georgia was held well in check by Tennessee's swift defense and could mount only 2 threats. His kicker Kim Braswell missed 44-yard field goal on the last play of the first half, and Bulldogs ventured to 18-yard line early in the fourth quarter, only to have Tennessee cornerback Conrad Graham make interception in the end zone. His tailback Haskell Standback had pounded for 43 yards of 11-play, 74-yard touchdown drive in the second quarter before Holloway hit Rudder from 7 yards out. And tailback Paul Carruthers tight rope a sideline for 56-yard gain that led to Holloway's 13-yard touchdown pass to Leach. Louisiana State, number 16 in the country, beat Mississippi by a score of 17-16. LSU quarterback Burt Jones led the winning 80-yard touchdown drive that began with 3 minutes remaining in it as clock struck triple zeros. And Jones' winning throw was a 10-yard pass to tailback Brad Davis in left corner just over the goal line. Again at 1 second, as Bayou Bengals needed a tight clock and extra point by kicker Rusty Jackson to stretch the winning streak to 11 games. The Rebels used 3 field goals by kicker Steve Lavinghouse and 1-yard scoring keeper by quarterback Norris Weiss to forge a 16-10 lead. But later, strong-legged Lavinghouse barely missed a 27-yard field goal that could have put Ole Miss out of reach. Next, Michigan, the number 4 team in the country, beat Indiana 21-7 in game of red zone turnover conversions, average for all 4 scoring drives was only 20 yards. This can click more often, as Wolverines scored first after the defensive tackle Fred Rambo recovered the second quarter fumble on Indiana 13-yard line to set up a 9-yard touchdown run by quarterback Dennis Franklin, who just committed 7 turnovers, tied the game 7-7 early in the fourth quarter. As fullback Dennis Cremings converted fumble by Franklin at his 14-yard line to 11-yard scoring run. Michigan cornerback Dave Brown soon recovered fumble at Indiana 23-yard line to set up winning 12-yard touchdown run by Franklin, who rushed for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. Finally, Hoosiers botched a punt that Michigan turned into a 10-yard insurance touchdown run by tailback Chuck Heater, who was part of Phalanx of Wolverine backs rushing for 253 yards. Michigan State defeated Purdue 22-20 to be 22-12. Michigan State beat Purdue 22-12. Texas, number 9 team in the country, beat Southern Methodist 17-10, 17-9. Southern Methodist lost to the number 9 Texas 17-9. The Mustangs knew who they had to stop, but were unable to do so as big Texas fullback Roosevelt Leaks banged out 175 yards to spur Longhorns. Leaks gained 115 yards in the first half as Texas grabbed 14-3 lead. Texas touchdowns were provided by halfback Don Burisk at a 15-yard run and quarterback Allen Lowry on a 1-yard effort. SMU went 51 yards early in the third quarter to cut the deficit to 14-9 on a 3-yard touchdown run by fullback Wayne Morris. But after a 33-yard field goal by Steelers quick kicker Billy Schott, SMU moved to Texas' 34-yard line before Longhorns linebacker Glenn Gaspard bounced on a fumble to end Pony's threat. Texas A&M beat Arkansas, the number 20 team in the country, 10-7. The lowly Aggies wrecked Arkansas Cotton Bowl hopes for second straight year, picking off 6 passes by quarterback Joe Ferguson. Defensive tackle Boyce Betts and Texas A&M line mates supplied pass rush heat by cornerback Ralph Mursky and safety Larry Ellis each had 2 interceptions. Ellis set up lone Aggies touchdown, 2-yard run by fullback Brad Dusek with 26-yard interception return to the Arkansas 26-yard line. Hawks answered with 11 plays, 76-yard drive that ended on fullback Marsh White's 2-yard touchdown run. The Razorbacks would come no closer to scoring again as Texas A&M captured its first series win at home since Bear Bryant's 1956 Southwest Conference champions turned trick against the Razorbacks. Nebraska, the number 3 team in the country, beat number 15 Colorado 33-10. Now dazzling Nebraska wingback Johnny Rogers darted and dodged his way to 266 yards, all-purpose and tally 2 touchdowns. Huskers notched touchdowns on their first 3 possessions for 19-0 first quarter lead and took crowd right out of the game. But after Buffalo scored 10 points in the second quarter to re-energize the fans, Rogers reached end zone with 1-yard run, 11-yard reception from quarterback David Hong. Colorado scored touchdown on drive, prolonged by a lucky break on Bison punt. Ball was partially blocked by Huskers and recovered for a handy 19-yard gain by Colorado guard Chuck Mandrill. Buffalo's fullback Bo Matthews scored on an 18-yard run. 9 plays later, facing intense pressure, Buffalo's quarterback Ken Johnson by name managed only 85 yards on 11 of 29 passing. Their defense is far away the best we have ever played against, said Johnson. There's no comparison. Oklahoma, the number 17 in the country, beat Iowa State 20-6. Using power ground game, Oklahoma pounded increasingly impressive Cyclones, but had only 13-6 lead to show for its effort with 4 minutes left. Fullback Leon Crosswhite gained 113 yards while halfback Greg Pruitt chipped in with 102 yards as soon as rolled up 300 yards rushing. After Crosswhite put Oklahoma up 7-0 on a 7 yards touchdown run, kickers Rick Fulcher of Oklahoma and Tom Gojan of Iowa State each booted 2 field goals. Soon as then marched 87 yards with quarterback Dave Robertson contributing a brilliant 54-yard scramble for clinching 2-yard touchdown run by Pruitt late in the fourth quarter, with Sooners defense holding tailback Mike Strahan, Big 8's leading rusher, to 50 yards. The Cyclones capably went to air attack for 200 yards passing by quarterback George Amundsen. Utah beat University of Arizona 28-27. Now the Utes of Utah fans could not be blamed for leaving early as Arizona smartly built a 27-0 lead through 3 quarters. Arizona built its edge on halfback by McCall's 183 yards rushing. Big chunk of teams 357 yards and fullback Marty Schuffer's 2-year touchdown runs. Redskins exploded in the final quarter, scoring 2 quick touchdowns on 52 yards and 36-yard passes to wide receiver Steve Odom from quarterback Don Van Golder. who was able to shake all 4 interceptions. Utah was spared when Cats kicker like Charlie Gordon missed field goal that could have put Margin out of reach. Then caught bigger break when Redskins defensive back Steve Marshall came up with interceptions. He returned 68 yards for a touchdown that pulled them to within 27-21. Then Utah marched 66 yards to the game winner as Van Gorder completed 4 straight passes to set up 5-yard quarterback keeper with 10 seconds left. Finally, UCLA, the number 8 team in the country, lost to Stanford 28-23. Number 8 Bruins used quarterback Mark Harmon's late touchdown run to recapture the lead and employed fierce pressure from front seven to keep it. Stanford had scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to take a 23-21 lead. Number 8 UCLA beat Stanford 28-23, but allowed UCLA to draw 75 yards to Harmon's winning 11-yard touchdown run. Stanford quarterback Mike Vorgula then whipped his team to Bruins' 29-yard line before sacked by UCLA defensive tackle Tom Waddle. Brought fumble recovery by linebacker Steve Hookano. Bruins rushed for 313 yards while Harmon threw 2 touchdowns and ran for 2 others. Game's oddest play was a 7-yard kickoff return for a touchdown while Stanford had back Reggie Sanderson, during which last Bruin kicker Efrain Herrera, the chance to tackle Sanderson, was busy arguing with Cardinals linebacker John Snyder as Sanderson rolled by. Stanford tight end Bill Scott caught 7 passes for 143 yards receiving. So that includes a look at Week 9, the games that were played on November 4th, 1972. Let's look at the AP polls November 6th. It was a tie between the 20th spot between Stanford and Yale, a tie, number 20, a tie between Stanford and Yale, 19 Arizona State, 18 North Carolina, 17 Iowa State, 16 Colorado, 15 Texas Tech, 14 Missouri, 13 Tennessee, 12 Notre Dame, number 11 Auburn. The top 10 round out is this: number 10 Penn State, 9 Texas UCLA, number 8 7 Oklahoma, 6 Louisiana State, 5 Ohio State, 4 Michigan, 3 Nebraska, number 2 Alabama, and number 1 Southern California. That includes Week 9, the week that was College Football History Review, 1972 season, games that were played during Week 9, November the 4th, 1972. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Do Village Magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you soon.